We have a major update on the traffic issues that stemmed from a computer glitch in Canada earlier this week. For the past few days, truck drivers in Western New York have faced major delays because of that glitch. But there's new developments this morning. Let's go right to Lance Mellon first. Lance, what can you tell us?
Hey, thanks a lot, Alyssa. So as you can see behind me, this is the middle of the Peace Bridge, and we have no lines currently getting into Canada, especially for those commercial vehicles. It was around 5:30 this morning that I saw all the traffic cones being picked up along the Peace Bridge exit here on the right. I've seen a lot of folks going through that area just fine this morning, as well as the northbound ramp to Niagara Street. That has been reopened as well. So southbound, that ramp to Niagara Street's been reopened, but currently we do have a minor accident right next to that ramp. This is on the right shoulder, a couple of vehicles involved. No problem passing by for now, but we're keeping an eye on this as the morning continues. And just a quick update on the Lewiston area. Of course, that was just gridlock for the past few days, but the Whitmer Road entrance to the 190 North, that's been reopened on the left, and almost no one in line going into Canada on the right. So tons of improvement and looking a lot better in those problem spots we had throughout the week. Alyssa, back over to you.
Thank you, Lance. Sounds better for sure. We'll be checking in with you again soon, but we're getting more reaction this morning about what truck drivers had to deal with as they waited to cross the border. Daybreak's Natalie Foss joins us now from the newsroom to explain more. Good morning, Natalie.
Hey there, Alyssa. Good morning. Hopefully truck drivers are in some better spirits this morning with the good news that Lance just shared. But this is all because of that computer system glitch that happened in Canada. And while the systems are back up here in Western New York, we're still going to feel the effects of that backlog for the rest of today and maybe even into the weekend. Tractor trailers have been clearing out in batches of about 40 to 50 because they're trying not to overload the crossings. The Canadian border agents have been coordinating with Buffalo and state police for when they can take another batch of trucks. And it's not just here in Buffalo that there are thousands of truck drivers have had to stay parked while they wait to cross. They're actually at rest stops, as you can see here in Pembroke, and truck stops all the way along the thruway as well. A state DOT and state police are trying to control this traffic. I spoke to some drivers who say that they've had a little bit of a lack of communication, and that's been frustrating.
Well, obviously it's nice to be parked in a spot where you can rest, because on the highway you can't rest. It'd be nice if somebody would maybe stop in and say, hey, we're as soon as things open, we'll come let you know. But nobody's come and said anything.
State police, along with the Department of Transportation and Thruway Authority, released this statement yesterday that reads in part, quote, all relevant state agencies are engaged in addressing this situation, including managing and advising commercial trucks to reroute to avoid these border crossings until the situation is resolved. And extra state police have also been brought in to assist with the effort to get these thousands of trucks across the border and moving and out of Western New York. And as they're trying to move those vehicles that are stranded here, it could be assumed that it might not be fully cleared up until the weekend. But it's looking like good news for those truck drivers as well as drivers all around Western New York. Alyssa.
That news all week. Thank you. And as we follow this situation, a Syracuse professor and supply chain expert is sharing his thoughts, saying that this might be the start of an unfortunate trend.
You've got over 2,000 trucks that are going over the Peace Bridge and the Lewiston Bridge. So the problem is that we're a very integrated type society, but especially between the U.S. and Canada. So a lot of stuff that's going on electronically. The issue is that the Canadian Border Services Agency, they've got an old IT infrastructure, very antiquated. And so the more commerce you do electronically, the more difficulty the system has. And so this is kind of what's going on. That's why you had the outage. And I would expect you'll probably see more outages in the future just because, they're just in the beginning stages of trying to modernize, their system.
And we'll be keeping an eye on the border crossing and the 190 throughout the morning.